Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. Senior Cop Marlon Nesbitt loses son in drowning incident. Head of the St. Andrews Central Police Division, Senior Superintendent Marlon Nesbitt, is mourning the death of his 23-year-old son, Matthew Nesbitt. The younger Nesbitt, who was a graduate of Kingston College, reportedly drowned at the Caymanas Mineral Bath in St. Catherine on Sunday. Efforts to contact the crime fighter proved futile. However, when contacted by reporters, the Jamaica Constabulary Forces Communications Unit confirmed the death of SSP's son. Retired teacher shot and killed in St. Mary. The St. Mary police are investigating the fatal shooting of a retired teacher in Gale in the parish Monday afternoon. He has been identified as Dennis Matter, 69, of Formpen District, St. Mary. Dennis was reported walking along the Gale Main Road about 1:45 p.m. when he was pounced upon and shot in the head. His attacker then fled the scene. He was rushed to the Gale Clinic, where he was pronounced dead by a doctor on duty. Commander of the St. Mary Police, Superintendent Bobbitt Morgan Simpson, said the police have not yet established a motive for the shooting. She said the police are actively pursuing leads in the matter. Man arrested over death of common-law wife in St. Catherine. A man is in custody in connection with the stabbing death of his common-law wife in St. Catherine. He is being held on suspicion of murder. His identity is being withheld pending a further probe and a question and answer session. The deceased 24-year-old hairdresser, Alisa Patience of Louisville. The police report that on Sunday, August 21st, the two had an argument which escalated. During the dispute, the woman was stabbed in the neck. She later succumbed to injuries. An investigation led to the arrest of her attacker. This brings to 95 the number of homicides in St. Catherine North Police Division. Trelawney woman mauled to death by a dog. The Trelawney police have confirmed that a woman was attacked and mauled to death by a dog in the parish capital of Falmouth on Tuesday morning. The identity of the deceased has not yet been released. She is said to be of a Falmouth Gardens address. Second person dies from injuries sustained in Caledon crash. Another person has succumbed to injuries received in a three-vehicle crash in Caledon yesterday morning. The dead man has been identified as Glenmore Price, also known as Black Shine of Osborne Store in the parish. Price is the second person to die as a result of the crash, which took place around 5 yesterday morning along the Bustamante Highway near Fort Pass. 57-year-old James Davis, also known as Sprinter, said to be the driver of the bus, died on the spot. The men were reportedly traveling from Osborne Store to Maypen when the Toyota Coaster bus in which they were traveling slammed into a truck. The truck driver and his passenger remain in hospital. To date, the parish of Caledon has recorded 23 road fatalities, compared to 22 for the corresponding period last year. 3 arrested in Westmoreland over gun seizure. The police in Westmoreland arrested 2 men and a woman following the seizure of an illegal firearm and 14 rounds of ammunition during an operation in the community of Big Bridge on Monday. It is reported that about 11 a.m., cops were in the area when a premises occupied by the suspects was searched. During the search, a Smith & Wesson pistol loaded with ammunition was found inside the room, according to the police. The occupants were subsequently taken into custody. Their identities are being withheld pending further investigations. JLP councillor urges police action amid noise complaint in Trafalgar Division. JLP councillor for the Trafalgar Division in St. Andrew, Corey Douglas, is urging the police to address a series of complaints by residents of noise nuisance from parties in the area.
I believe that a police post should be placed in the area temporarily so that when events are being hosted, the police
But doesn't New Kingston have a police post, though?
Yeah, but when I say police post, I don't mean for the entire division or even for that specific.
Or you mean for the specific purpose of enforcing?
For the specific purpose of enforcing against noise pollution. The entire leadership team of the KSAMC and the leadership of JCF from my specific division have collaborated since the complaints started coming in. I believe that the resources are minimal, but we have tried. So there's a New Kingston police post led by Inspector Blake. They have been working assiduously. And then there's Halfway Tree, which I believe would be the main area for enforcement. They have tried. However, each time they enforce, persons are not prosecuted, which means that they're not really deterred. And so they turn it down. Sometimes they turn it off completely. But when they turn it down, it goes right back up. For the long term, though, I believe that we have to really start looking at how, as a government, we can build or accommodate the building of suitable infrastructure to accommodate these events. So it's all about indoor locations and venues, soundproofing them, more clubs to facilitate this type of thing. And I also believe that a partnership needs to be established between us and the business community to facilitate that.
The government acknowledges the staffing challenges and have taken a number of steps to ensure our schools are adequately staffed, stated Minister of Education Favour Williams.
Today we're using this medium to acknowledge the staffing challenges that some of our school leaders would have reported as a result of the resignation of some of our teachers and the short supply of teachers in some of the subject areas taught at the secondary level. As our school boards pivot to respond to these challenges efficiently, I want to itemize some of the responses from the Ministry of Education and Youth to help our principals and our school boards as they prepare for the new school year. So let me give Jamaicans a sense of who are the new pool of teachers and what are their specializations. So we would have gotten figures that says there are 964 specialist teachers who have just completed their program of study and may be available for employment in the government teaching service. Contact can be made with the heads of teacher training institutions, and I know that many of our principals would have already made that contact. And looking at our 2022 teacher training graduates by specialization, I see accounting major with business, I see biology, education double major, I see chemistry teachers coming out, computer science, a double major, computer science with business education, computer science with mathematics. I see 111 early childhood education teachers. We have some 29 English double majors, 20 English language and literature. We have 140 mathematics double major, and we're seeing others with double major in maths with business education and so forth. We have some physical education teachers as well, netball and cricket, netball and football, netball and hockey. We're seeing primary education teachers, 259 of those. We're seeing social studies, Spanish major with English, Spanish major with French, for a total of 964 teachers with specialization who would have graduated from our teacher education institutions this year. And I'm sure many of those will be taking up appointments in our schools. Additionally, I just want to point out that included in the 964 would be 121 teachers who are on the Ministry of Education and Youth Special Scholarship Program. They would have graduated from our teacher training institutions, also expected to take up their position in the teaching force in September of this upcoming school year. These teachers on this special scholarship program are bonded for a period of 5 years, and among them are 67 mathematics teachers, 32 teachers of physics and chemistry, and 17 with industrial education specialization. We also have teachers coming out of the Teachers on the Build Out or Science Teachers Program Boost. We have 10 new graduates specializing in mathematics and science that will enter the system as pre-trained graduate teachers through the Boost program. This is a reverse scholarship partnership program between the University of the West Indies, MONA, and the Ministry of Education and Youth, where the services of the best science students can be accessed while school leaders ensure pedagogical training is provided for these individuals to improve their effectiveness on the job. These teachers, while being compensated for the job of teaching, will receive their annual tuition cost at the end of each year of service, up to 3 years. In thinking about teachers and what we have been doing well prior to this, and which we continue to do, we do have teachers coming in under the Jamaica-Cuban bilateral program. We have 70 teachers there. 59 of them are Spanish teachers, 5 in chemistry, 3 in mathematics, and 3 in physics. We have a framework agreement, or an MOU, with the Cuban government, under which we bring in these teachers into our system, which we have been doing now for many years. And of course, we always keep the lines of communication open. And in this case, should there be a need for additional teachers, in terms of Spanish and some of the other specializations. We are also giving our principals pre-approval for the replacement of teachers in clear vacancies and temporary posts funded by the ministry, meaning whereas before they may have had to go through a process of informing us and we getting back to them, they getting back to us, we getting back to them. We are saying we're giving pre-approval for the replacement of teachers in clear vacancies. Obviously, the formal request should still be submitted by each school for the formal response by the regional office, but this will create greater efficiency in the system.
Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell